Good morning, friends, and welcome to Tuesday. I am fixing to do my normal morning routine. I did have some breakfast already. I ate breakfast really early this morning because, I don't know, I just did not feel right last night when I went to bed. I think I just had too much caffeine yesterday. I had, 3 cups of coffee, and then I also had that chai tea. So I think I just overdid it on my caffeine, but I woke up this morning and I just thought, I think I will feel better if I eat something, go ahead and eat some breakfast. So I normally try to make breakfast before I go into the office, but I usually that's the last thing that I do is make breakfast, eat it, and then I go into the office. So I did eat a little bit earlier this morning, but I'm already feeling better, so that's good. But yeah, so I am going to do my morning study and just enjoy the sunrise. I will see you guys when I'm all ready and done to go to work.
Summer rain on the window. Watch the time.
I am out and about running errands in town, and I just thought of a couple of things. First of all, I wanted to give you guys kind of my update on Reckless Girls. So I think I've decided I'm gonna go with a 3 on Goodreads, even though I think it's probably more like a 2.5. First of all, when is Goodreads gonna come out with half stars? Please, I need to know, because that drives me insane. But after sitting with it last night and a little bit more this morning, I decided that the cons just really outweighed the pros for me. The unnecessary language, the pacing, the plot twist, the more I sat with it, there were so many plot holes in it that are just a little bit too much for me to explain away. I think it was just not quite as big of a hit for me as maybe what I was feeling last night from the adrenaline of the last, 30-ish pages. Today I have started Shipped. I read a little bit of it this morning. I think only the first chapter and a half is as far as I got, and it's really cute so far. Definitely giving Hating Game vibes. So I loved the Hating Game. I've said this before on my channel, but it's literally one of my favorite rom-coms of all time. The banter in it, both Lucy and Josh are top tier characters for me. I absolutely adored them. And so that I'm really enjoying. I'm a little afraid it might be too much like the Hating Game, so we will see on that front, but I am really enjoying it so far. It's super cute, and I'm excited to get to the beach island setting portion of it, because right now all we know is that our main protagonist, she works for a cruise ship line company, and she does their marketing, and she works closely with this guy named Graham, and she is not his biggest fan, and they are right now going back and forth in email because he was supposed to post he was supposed to post a campaign online, and it's overdue and he hasn't done it. And so they're emailing back and forth. There's a little bit of banter, a little bit of fun flirting, and of course she's fighting the attraction. So, and I will update you guys when I read a little bit more. Time for the daily lunch check-in. You guys are gonna get a lot of these over the next few days. But I'm eating a salad, and it's really good, and it is time to give you guys my thoughts on Shipped. So I am only about 50-ish pages into this, but I am enjoying it so far. So we have Henley Evans is our main character's name, and I think I already mentioned this, but she works for a cruise line, and she's in their marketing department, and a position opens up for the marketing director. And so she decides that she's gonna go out for it, and she gets told by her boss that she's actually on the short list of choices, and alongside her on that short list is her kind of professional arch enemy, Graham. And so they have a meeting with their boss, and he tells them, I don't think either of you can do this job until you've experienced what our cruise line is all about. He says, kind of like you wouldn't ever work at a restaurant and suggest the food when never having tasted it. So he tells them that they are gonna go on a cruise to the Galapagos, and they're gonna go at the same time together. And that's about where I'm at right now. They just got off that conference call. While I'm liking it, it's good, it's cute, it is the hating game. Like, it is almost the exact same kind of storyline. So even down to the boss of Henley, he kind of talks to her disrespectfully. And the first really sweet moment we have between Henley and Graham is Graham telling her, like, I can't wait to meet you in person, because he works remotely from a different state. And he says, I can't wait to meet you in person. And by the way, like, you shouldn't let him talk to you that way. That's literally what happens in the hating game. I mean, not exactly, but like Lucy's boss in the hating game is kind of a pervert. And Josh, you know, very much pushes back on her to stand up for herself in that book and to stop being such a people pleaser. And I just kind of feel like that's exactly what just happened here. So like I said, it's super cute and I'm enjoying it. It's not that I'm not enjoying it. It just feels a little bit like deja vu. But I'm hoping maybe once we get onto the cruise ship, that will change a little bit. We will see. And I also was heavily influenced that I need to go to Barnes & Noble and get Riley Sager's new book. I've heard super mixed things about it, but I love Riley Sager. And I say that. I have actually only read 2 of his books, and his entire backlist is on my TBR. But I devoured the 2 that I read, and I absolutely loved them. They both, like, easily made him an auto by author for me. And one of them was really mixed in reaction whenever it was released too. It's Survive the Night by Riley Sager. And I loved that one. And there were a lot of people who didn't really care for it. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe that's the same with The House Across the Lake, I think is the title of this one. But I'm really itching to go and get it. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and after work, I'm gonna run over there. But yeah, so I'm gonna finish eating and I will update you guys later. I hope everybody's having a great day so far. In a minute, I'm gonna need a trip to Barnes & Noble to pump me up. Okay, I think it's actually gonna sit there for a second. I'm off work. I'm leaving a little bit early today, and I'm gonna run over to Barnes & Noble, even though I probably shouldn't, but you know, sometimes you just have to treat yourself. So come along with me to Barnes & Noble. It's my happy place. Okay, bye.
I've seen you in a movie, I heard you in a song. Now I know that this will never go wrong. Like you already knew me, that's why we get along. Yeah, I know that this will never go. Ooh, it's cinematic in the way we connected. Girl, you're so familiar, I never expected you to be right in my arms. And my favorite part, how you talk in the dark. Oh God, there's something about the sound of you is stuck in my head. I'm hopelessly romanticizing all that you said. Even though I see that I'm in too deep, I still gotta let you know.
I am not far enough along in my YouTube journey yet to get a ton of footage by myself in Barnes & Noble. Pretty much like I'm paranoid the whole time that I'm doing it, and I'm definitely not used to people like walking by the car while I talk to the camera. So maybe that comes with time, or maybe it just doesn't for this girl. So let me know down below if you ever get used to it. So I didn't get just a ton of footage, but I did. I went in, I got in, and I got out. and I only did 3 books worth of damage. I really only wanted to get the one, but the dang buy one get one 50% off table got me. And Kendall told me that I needed to pick up Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I think that's how you say it, Jimenez. You know what? We're just gonna haul these when we get home. Okay, bye. Okay, well, now that I'm not being stalked, we can do a book haul. I got the one that I went for, which was The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I'm obsessed with this cover. It gives me all the creepy vibes with like this house. And then there's all the yellow that's so contrasted from the darkness. I love it. So really pumped to get to this one. I think I might pick it up after this readathon is over, or maybe for Summerween. I'm not for sure, but so excited to have this one. And I also picked up, on recommendation from Kindle, Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. And from what I know about this romance, it's about a woman named Alexis, and she is from a really wealthy family, and she's an ER doctor, and her entire family are surgeons, and they are a little upset that she's not like carrying on that family legacy. And she ends up finding herself in this town of this carpenter named Daniel, who is actually 10 years younger than she is, which I really love that. I love a good like little bit of an age gap for some reason. Gee, I don't know. For those of you who don't know, my husband is older than I am, so. But anyways, I am really excited to get to this. It sounds super cute. It sounds very like Hallmarky in the sense of she goes to this town that's so much smaller. It's like small town life. And I just love that. That's actually one of my favorite things about Hallmarky type movies and stories, is that like, you know, getting back to the simpler ways of life kind of feel. And I think this is going to give that off, and I cannot wait to get to it. Kendall highly recommended it, so I'm super pumped. And of course, it was on the buy one, get one half off. And so why would I not have gotten another one? So we also picked up A Letter to Three Witches, and this is a romance. I know nothing about it other than what I read on the back. And it sounds cute, and for some reason, it just spoke to me. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever been to Barnes & Noble and there's just books that you know nothing about, but you are drawn to them? That was me in this book. So it says, nearly a century ago, Gwen Ingalls' great-great-grandfather cast a spell with catastrophic side effects. As a result, the Grand Council of Witches forbade his descendants from practicing witchcraft. The council even planted anonymous snitches called Watchers in the community to report any errant spellcasting. Yet, magic may still be alive and not so well in Zenobia. Gwen and her cousins, Trudy and Milo, receive a letter from Gwen's adopted sister, Tanith, informing them that she's bewitched one of their partners and will run away with him at the end of the week. While Gwen frets about whether to trust her scientist boyfriend, currently out of town on a beetle studying trip, she's worried that local grad student Jeremy is secretly a watcher doing his own research. Cousin Trudy is so stressed that she accidentally enchants her cupcakes, creating havoc among her bakery customers and in her marriage. Perhaps it's time the family took back control and figured out how to harness their powers. How else can Gwen decide whether her growing feelings for Jeremy are real or the result of too many of Trudy's cupcakes? So it sounds super cute, and I'm thinking it'll be a really good fall romance. So can't wait to get to this one either, but that's all I got today, because I'm going book shopping again this weekend, but we're not going to talk about it. We're just going to act like today didn't happen. Is everybody on the same page? And I also wanted to give a reading update. I've made it to 109 in Shipped, and I am liking it a little bit more. Our male love interest is so sweet, and I think he's pretty misunderstood by our main protagonist Henley, because she keeps referencing something that happened when they first met, and I don't think that he's really aware that he upset her the first time that they met. And honestly, like, everything that he's done has not been like rude or mean. It's been just misunderstood by Henley because of this taste that she has in her mouth for when they first met, which I'm pretty used to that trope in romances, but I do like the fact that this is kind of an enemies to lovers, but like, he's not trying to be a jerk. He's just being completely misunderstood. And there have been other romances that have had that aspect for the male love interest that I've read, but even in like The Hating Game, and I know I keep comparing the two, it's impossible not to at this point. In The Hating Game, Josh is kind of like, he's rude and like has banter with Lucy, and I don't feel like the banter in this has been like crazy good, which I'm just coming off of an Emily Henry high, so that could be why. But I just think he's just a nice guy who had a bad first impression and she's just completely written him off. Whereas like Josh in The Hating Game, he is kind of a smart aleck and he is kind of rude to Lucy because he himself is misunderstood. I don't want to say too much because if you haven't read The Hating Game, you need to go read The Hating Game, and I don't want to ruin it for you, but there's a reason why Josh is the way that he is. This guy, he's just living his life, having a crush on Henley, and is kind of getting like mean mugs from this girl that he kind of has a crush on, and he has no idea why. So I feel for the man. I think that that might be where I'm leaning towards with it, is that it's a fun beach read. It's just not a change your life rom-com, if that makes sense. It's no Emily Henry. But it is good. I am enjoying it, so excited to see where it goes. But right now, I'm just really having a good time with it, and I'm excited to finish it. I'm going to try to read a little bit more. I really want to get to 50% of this, and then I'm going to finish the night out with reading as much as I can of beaches, bungalows, and burglaries, which I am absolutely loving. I will give an update on that one later tonight because I want to have more complete thoughts. But it is so cute, and I am already excited to finish the series. So, but we can talk more about that later. For now, let's finish half of this book. Okay, well, you know what time of night it is. It is almost time for this girl to hit the hay. I am going to read a little bit more to fall asleep, but I'm going to end today here because I already have quite a bit of footage I have edited, and I don't want to make this super long. But quick halfway checkpoint check-in for Shipped. I'm bored. I'm so bored. So I don't know. I'm gonna finish it. I want to finish it, but I am pretty bored. I'm still enjoying Graham fine, but there's just like nothing that's keeping me hooked, and I'm pretty disappointed. So as always, I will give y'all more thoughts tomorrow when I get more read, and I will give you guys a full update on my beaches, bungalows, and burglaries tomorrow as well, because like I said, I already have a pretty good amount of footage for today. So sleep well, my loves, and I will see you guys tomorrow.